inversion and plantar flexion this way. Yeah. What is important about pronation and supination? If you understand this, you understand the motion of the foot. When you pronate, because of the structure of the bones of the feet, of the mid bone, is conical in shape. When you pronate, the foot unlocks, it softens. It softens, it becomes soft, and it flattens, it becomes broader and longer. That's why people who pronate a lot always say that they can't buy shoes broad enough for them or long enough. But the most important part, it becomes mobile. And the opposite is supination. Supination is locking the foot. The foot becomes locked because the structure of the bone are such. Just like a piece of rope. You twist it one way, it's tightened. You twist the other way, it's softened. And that's very useful when we talk about gait. Okay, pronation allows forefoot and rear foot motion, the softening, and this one becomes stiff. Why you? Okay, this is not okay. This is not very good. This is knock knee. People have knock knee and bow leg. Knock knee is when your knee touch your ankles don't touch. Whereas bow leg is the ankle touch. They don't touch. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before you go there. Okay. Why pronation is important? Because when you land, your foot softens. You take up the shock of landing. That's why pronation is useful. A lot of people say you should not have pronation, which is not very true. You need to pronate to soften the shock of landing. Just like a judo fall, you roll over, then you soften the fall. If you are stiff, people with high arch feet who are so stiff, when they land very painfully. The force of landing will transmit all the way back to the hips and the back. But the more important part is you have to resupinate to stiffen the foot. Remember, soften and stiffen in order to toe off. The propulsive phase needs a stiff lever. And supination does that. So the foot has to resupinate after pronating, resupinate in order to toe off. If you don't resupinate, what happens is the foot collapse and toe off this way. Whereas you resupinate, you toe off straight. There's a more efficient gait. But the problem is not only in the landing. When the foot collapses, it causes a lot of internal rotation. The shin bone turns inwards. Yeah? And there's a lot of the tissue is stretched all along the way from the toe to the ankle and all the way up to the hip and the back and sometimes even the neck. You know, every time you see the foot, when it collapses on one side, it lowers the hip on that side. When it collapses the other side, it lowers the hip on the side. So when you walk, you have a seesaw movement. That's why some people get back problem. Once it's corrected, back problem goes away. Plantar fasciitis is one of the commonest conditions we have. In fact, that's the one I suffered from 20 years ago when I ran marathon. And at the time, nobody heard of orthotics. And one day we had this podiatrist from America. During one of the sports science conference, he took up his own insole. Down there, almost everybody got a pair of insole. I was going to stand on it. Wow, it felt so good, different. You felt taller, felt more relaxed. That's how I got into this business. And shin splint is very interesting. When you, I one very beautiful case, a local guy, one of the footballers. He had the stress fracture of the shin bone. Despite healing, he still had pain when he ran until he used the insole. Because that will stop the rotational movement. And knee pain, I love people with knee problem. Because with insole, almost 100% I get rid of it, provided they're not too far gone, you know. Because the kneecap, it runs up and down the groove in a thigh bone. That's up and down movement. But with this rotational movement, you can imagine the tracking of the kneecap is off center. And every step you take, you grind. You know how many steps you take to run or walk 1 kilometer? Even if you're a 1 meter gate, 1,000 steps. 1,000 steps. So every day, grind. No wonder everybody says, by the time you're 40, you got homesick, you get knee problem. That's due to this excessive grinding and malalignment. That's what it's all about. Yeah, this is I just showed you this picture. This is plantar fascia, just to show you. That's where the pain is at the heel there. Because every time you walk, there's a pulling motion. Yeah. And people say there's the heel spur. They think that there's a growth of the bone. Actually, it's not the growth of the bone. Because the body always tries to get rid of inflammation by calcium deposit. It's a deposit of calcium that causes the appearance of a spur. A lot of people got this. Calluses on a forefoot. Nowadays people talk about forefoot running. I think in around few years time you'll get an epidemic of forefoot problem. At the moment it seems already okay, you know, especially for people who are heavy. Not only that, I think they will get an epidemic of torn Achilles tendon. Yeah. Okay. Calluses, same thing. Now, this is a very interesting slide. You see, the foot is very fragile. You can look at that side. See, this is a navicular bone, this is a calcaneum, and in between is like a wedge. That's a talus. And what is holding up this arch, so-called arch, is a small ligament called a spring ligament. So it doesn't need much imagination. With time, you put the wedge, press on it, it goes down and down. And in the end, the spring ligament may rupture. That's how the arch falls down. Yeah. It's just the structure of the bone, because it is not meant to walk on hard ground. In natural environment, that would be supported. See, in natural environment, this will be supported by earth. Then you'll be more stable. But because it's empty, it just has to collapse. So it's an environmental problem. People are not born with flat feet. Yeah. Blame it on the environment again. Okay. So it collapses. Still a lot of people are like that. So what's the solution? Foot orthotics. I'm sure a lot of people, come across, you look in the internet, you get thousands and thousands of orthotics. Yeah. It's a mechanical problem. So you use mechanical mean. There are thousands, different types. The original ones are the hard, rigid ones that's made by the podiatrist, the casted orthotics. But the casted orthotics have got a problem because it's hard and difficult to get used to. So orthotic is just a device that fits under the sole of the foot. The main thing is not to support the arch, it improves the alignment. Remember, it prevents the collapse and resupination to toe off. Instead of doing off this way, you toe off that way. That's the main purpose of the orthotics, not to support the arch. There are lots of studies to show that orthotics works. You go into this guy, what's his name? Leong, he's got a big collection. Go to the internet, you can. There's ample proof that orthotics does. Orthotics do. Okay, this is my guru, Dr. Baycroft. He's the one who invented orthotics, the one I use. Dr. Baycroft, he came last time. They went on a meeting. Remember, he was on the way to Russia. This is about 20 years. Now I've got no more hair. Actually, he's younger than me. He used to work, he also was GP. He worked, but in New Zealand, you know, they have lots of sports people get injured. And the thing about sports people, when they get injured, they want to recover fast. They want to rest another week or two, not even one day if possible. So they used to have a lot of hard plastic ones. They used to work together with the podiatrists and all. And those hard plastic orthotics could never get, people never could get used to it, and they're so expensive. So he invented his own. At that time, 1970 plus, all orthotics were hard plastic ones. And his was the first, what they call semi-rigid orthotics in the world. And the one we have been using. Okay. So the 1979 New Zealand, yeah. That's what I do. Okay. Okay. It's a functional model. Okay, this is more for doctors actually. Because I do workshop for doctors, I'm trying to educate doctors, because in medical school we never had this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's something I learned. Even orthopedic surgeons don't quite believe in it. They only believe in surgery. Yeah. So I'm trying to educate doctors. Almost every month I go workshop. So the main thing between our model and even the podiatrists think differently. I'm sure a lot of you have seen podiatrists. The podiatrists still think that people are born with problem feet. You are born with flat feet. You are born with high arch feet. You are lucky you're born with normal feet. And what they do is to make casted rigid orthotics to correct your faulty feet. We think differently. Whoever made us perfect. We are born with beautiful feet. You know, remember works of art. The problem is we have changed the environment. Yeah. Our environment is good for cars, good for mobile vehicles, but not for humans. That's why we have the problem. That's the gist of it, very busy. Okay, I'm sure you will go to a shopping center or you'll see some people selling all this stuff. And in this picture, they said they can custom make a pair of insole for you. This is a 2D picture. How can you customize with this 2D picture a 3D object? You know? But all are what we call custom made. I mean, prefab. So actually, so flat feet is not you don't diagnose flat feet. Flat feet, like if you have a fever, is a sign. It's a sign that there's something wrong with you. Correction. Sign that there's something wrong not with you, but with the environment. Okay. But on the other hand, a lot of people think if they have no flat feet, they have no problem. I see most people with not flat feet got a lot of problems still. So we do various tests, but the one main test is the alignment, which everybody can do, even a trainer. Yeah, you can do straight away. You can. That's what I used to do. If you drop a vertical from the center of the kneecap, and ask the person to stand evenly, bend the knee slightly, the vertical should hit the foot in the center, usually over the second toe. Then you are what you call at neutral stand. You are most properly aligned. But most people are like this person. The right side is between the first the second and third, the left side, first and second. And this person has no flat feet. She's got a beautiful arch. And she's got a problem. You can see the heel on the left side is quite everted. Yeah? Mainly because, you see, when the foot collapses, the heel goes this way. So that's the problem there. And when I see many of these, what do you call this? Asymmetry, one side more than the other. Invariably, one leg may be longer than the other. A lot of people have leg length discrepancy. That's why a lot of people got back problem also. Once you correct this problem, the back pain goes away. And the knee pain also goes away. So what I usually take a picture of a person and use a software to draw all this thing. But you don't need to actually. You can, after anybody can stand up here and give a demonstration. Yeah. Without shoes. Okay. So that's inversion, you see? Yeah. So voila. Yeah, really. So you straighten. Yeah. That's what's happening. Yeah. So
and the authentic put in the spike shoe.
Well, we have no volume types. And you have 3/4 ones. Yeah. So you can adjust. So the analogy is very simple. It's like the wheel of a car. If the wheel of a car is like that, how many miles can you go before it breaks down? Yeah. So the foot is that way. The same. So you straighten the wheel, you realign it, you align the toe all beautiful. So that's a beautiful analogy. Yeah. So it's a realignment of the musculoskeletal system. And the main problem is not because you're born that way, because we are walking on hard, flat ground. Once you are realigned, you get proper balance. This lady, she carries this. She doesn't need any strength. Because the alignment is so good, she doesn't get tired. So to say, if you're properly aligned, you can run for miles without problem. Or this is okay. This is for some other balance test, but not necessary. Okay, this is one of the this is the original info that we have. Okay, I want to show you this one.